Did you know there are whispers of lost Catholic texts, secret books that delve deep into the world of demons and exorcisms? While the Church has official texts like the Ritual Romanum, which guides exorcists, legends persist about even more powerful and dangerous documents hidden away from the public eye. These aren't just stories from movies. They're rooted in centuries of theological debate and folklore. Imagine a book not just listing demons like a dictionary, but detailing their individual histories, their specific weaknesses, and the exact words needed to command them. One such legendary text is the Grand Grimoire, sometimes called the Red Dragon. Though its origins are murky and often linked more with folk magic than official church doctrine, it's famous for supposedly containing instructions on how to summon powerful demons, including Lucifer himself, to make pacts. Of course, the Church would never endorse such a thing, which is why tales say it was hunted down and locked away in the Vatican's secret archives. Then there are stories about the personal journals of famous exorcists. Think of priests who spent their entire lives battling demonic forces. It's said they documented encounters with entities not mentioned in any official text, recording strange demonic languages, bizarre manifestations, and unique methods of expulsion that were too specific or too dangerous for general use. These diaries would be priceless, a raw, first-hand account of spiritual warfare. The fear is that if such knowledge fell into the wrong hands, it could be used to intentionally invite evil rather than cast it out. That's a primary reason why such texts, if they exist, would be kept under the tightest security. Another fascinating area is apocryphal, text writings that weren't included in the final version of the Bible. Take the Book of Enoch, for example. While it's not technically lost, as copies exist, it tests a rich source of angelic and demonic lore that offers a completely different perspective than the canonical scriptures. It makes you wonder how many other similar texts, filled with detailed demonology, were reviewed by early church councils and ultimately excluded and suppressed. So, do these secret books on demonology actually exist? The Vatican's secret archives are real, but they primarily contain state papers, papal correspondence, and historical records, not a library of forbidden magic. Most scholars believe these lost texts are more legend than reality, a product of our fascination with the unknown and the struggle between good and evil. They represent the tantalizing idea that there's a hidden layer of knowledge, a secret key to understanding the darker side of the spiritual world. But whether they are real books of vellum and ink locked in a vault, or powerful stories passed down through generations, these tales of lost demonic texts serve as a potent reminder. They remind us of the seriousness with which the Church has historically treated the subject of evil and the profound mystery that still surrounds it. The official teachings focus on faith, prayer, and sacraments as the ultimate protection tools available to everyone. No secret handshake or lost book required. Thanks for watching, and if you found this intriguing, don't forget to like and subscribe for more dives into historical mysteries. The Vatican's secret archives, officially known as the Vatican Apostolic Archive. The name itself sparks curiosity, doesn't it? For centuries, this repository has been the subject of intense speculation and wild conspiracy theories. What secrets lie buried within its 53 miles of shelving? Today, we re-peeling back the layers of one of the most persistent and chilling rumors, that the Vatican vaults hold dark manuscripts, ancient texts so powerful and dangerous they've been locked away from the world. Let's start with what we know for sure. The archives contain millions of documents spanning over 12 centuries. We're talking about papal correspondence, state papers, and historical records that are absolutely priceless. Think about letters from historical figures like Michelangelo, Abraham Lincoln, and even Mary, Queen of Scots, written just before her execution. In 2012, the Vatican even put some of these treasures on public display, giving us a rare glimpse into this hidden world. These are the official, acknowledged contents. But what about the unofficial ones? The rumors often center on forbidden knowledge. One of the most famous tales involves the so-called Third Secret of Fatima. In 1917, 3 shepherd children in Portugal claimed to have received prophecies from an apparition of the Virgin Mary. 2 secrets were revealed relatively quickly, but the third was kept under lock and key by the Vatican for decades, fueling speculation that it contained a terrifying apocalyptic prediction. When it was finally revealed in the year 2000, it described the assassination attempt on Pope John Paul II. But many believe the true, more horrifying version of the secret remains hidden in the vaults. Then there are the stories of grimoires, ancient books of magic. Whispers persist about the Vatican possessing original, unabridged copies of texts like the Grand Grimoire, also known as the Red Dragon. This book supposedly contains instructions on how to summon demons, including Lucifer himself. Legend says the Church seized and suppressed these texts to prevent humanity from wielding such dark power. Could the institution dedicated to fighting evil be holding the ultimate keys to summoning it? It's a chilling thought. Another fascinating rumor involves lost Gospels. We know the New Testament contains 4 canonical Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But historians are aware of dozens of other Gospels that were written in the early centuries of Christianity, known as the Apocrypha. These texts, like the Gospel of Thomas or the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, offer vastly different perspectives on the life and teachings of Jesus. The theory goes that the Vatican has suppressed these Gospels because they contradict established church doctrine, perhaps revealing a more human side to Jesus, or giving a more prominent role to female disciples. The discovery of the Nag Hammadi library in Egypt in 1945 proved such texts existed. The question is, how many more does the Vatican have locked away? And what about contact with extraterrestrial life? It might sound like science fiction, but some theorists, pointing to the Vatican's own observatory and its astronomers, who have openly discussed the possibility of alien life, suggest the archives hold proof. Could there be records of ancient encounters? Communications from other worlds? The Vatican's chief astronomer, Brother Guy Consolmagno, has even said he would be willing to baptize an alien. Is this just intellectual curiosity, or is it a hint at something more profound hidden within the archives? So, where does this leave us? The Vatican maintains that the archives, while private, are not secret in the sinister sense. Qualified researchers are granted access, though the process is slow and meticulous. They insist the rumors are just that wild fantasies born from a fascination with the unknown. They argue that the reason for the secrecy is to protect fragile, priceless historical documents, not to hide demonic texts or alien communications. But the mystique is just too powerful to ignore. The combination of immense historical power, centuries of secrecy, and the sheer scale of the unknown makes the Vatican Apostolic Archive a perfect breeding ground for conspiracy. Whether it holds the true third secret of Fatima, manuals for dark magic, or gospels that could rewrite history, the truth remains locked behind its heavily guarded doors. The real secret might be that we will never truly know what lies within. What do you think? Are these just exciting stories? Or is there fire behind all this smoke? Let me know your theories in the comments below. If you enjoyed this deep dive into one of history's greatest mysteries, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more content that explores the unexplained. Thanks for watching. Have you ever wondered why, in stories and ancient texts, heroes and holy figures often fast before facing a great evil? It's not just about skipping a meal. There's a profound spiritual practice behind it, a ritual of preparation for confronting what we might call our demons, whether they're internal struggles or external challenges. Let's explore this ancient tradition of ritual fasting. Fasting in this context is more than just abstaining from food. It's an act of purification and sharpening. When you intentionally deny the body its usual comforts, you begin to shift your focus. The constant hum of digestion, the cravings, the simple satisfaction of a full stomach, all of that quiets down. In that silence, your inner world becomes louder. Your spiritual senses, your intuition, your awareness, they all get turned up. Think of it like tuning a radio. Our daily lives are filled with static: work, social media, endless to-do lists. Fasting helps to clear that static, allowing you to tune into a clearer, more powerful frequency. It's a way of saying to the universe and to yourself, I am serious about this. I am setting aside my physical needs to focus on a higher spiritual purpose. This act of discipline strengthens your willpower, forging it into a shield. Historically, this practice is found across countless cultures and faiths. From shamans preparing for a spirit journey to desert fathers seeking divine clarity, fasting was the key that unlocked a deeper level of consciousness. They believed that by weakening the flesh, they strengthened the spirit. It created a state of heightened sensitivity, making them more receptive to spiritual insights and better equipped to stand against negative forces. So how does this apply to us today? They can be crippling anxiety, deep-seated fears, destructive habits, or overwhelming negativity. Confronting these requires immense inner strength and clarity. Embarking on a period of fasting, even a short one, can be a powerful first step. It's a declaration of intent. It says, I am ready to face this. I am ready to change. As you navigate the physical feelings of hunger, you are simultaneously training your mind to endure discomfort and stay focused on your goal. You're learning to distinguish between a temporary physical want and a deeper spiritual need. This process builds incredible mental and spiritual fortitude. Each pang of hunger you overcome is a small victory, a testament to your growing resolve. You're proving to yourself that you are in control, not your impulses or your old patterns. This newfound self-mastery is crucial when you finally turn to face your inner demons. You're no longer approaching them from a place of weakness or distraction, but from a position of centered strength. Fasting also has a humbling effect. It reminds us of our vulnerability and our dependence on something greater than ourselves. It opens you up to receive guidance and support that you might otherwise have been closed off to. So the next time you feel you're preparing for a significant battle in your life, consider the ancient wisdom of ritual fasting. It's about intentional preparation. It's a way to clear the noise, sharpen your spirit, and gather the inner strength needed to face whatever darkness lies ahead and to emerge into the light, victorious. Thanks for watching. If this resonated with you, please like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into ancient wisdom for modern life. Have you ever fought a battle no one else could see? A war waged not on a battlefield with explosions and shouts, but in the quiet, cavernous spaces of your own mind. These are the silent exorcisms, the personal demons we wrestle with in the dead of night, the anxieties we quell before a big meeting, the old traumas we soothe when a random memory surfaces. There's no audience, no applause, no one to even witness the monumental effort it takes just to get through the day. This silent struggle is one of the most profound human experiences. Think about the moment you decided to break a bad habit. Each small victory was a quiet triumph. Or consider the process of forgiving someone who hurt you deeply. It's not about telling them they're off the hook. It's an internal negotiation, a slow, painful release of anger and resentment you perform for your own peace, often without the other person ever knowing the war you fought and won on their behalf. You're facing the paralyzing fear, looking it in the eye and telling it that it doesn't control you. You're using logic, deep breaths, and sheer force of will to reclaim your own mind. When you push through feelings of inadequacy to create something beautiful, to apply for that job, or to simply speak up in a conversation, you're casting out the demon of self-doubt. We all carry these invisible scars and trophies from the wars we fought within. It's the courage to get out of bed when depression feels like a physical weight. It's the strength to choose kindness when your first instinct is anger. It's the discipline to keep going when every fiber of your being wants to quit. These aren't small things. They are heroic acts performed in the theater of the self. The world only sees the result. They see the calm person, the successful project, the healed relationship. They don't see the messy, terrifying, and exhausting process that got you there. They don't hear the screams that were silenced, the tears that were swallowed, or the frantic bargains made with yourself in the dark. And that's okay. These exorcisms aren't for them. They are for you. They are the sacred work of becoming whole. So the next time you see someone who seems to have it all together, remember the unseen battles they may be fighting. And more importantly, the next time you win one of your own silent wars, take a moment to acknowledge your own strength. You don't need a medal or a parade. Your reward is the peace you've earned, the person you've become. You are the hero of a story that will never be told, and that makes your victory all the more profound. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, consider subscribing for more thoughts on the quiet side of life. See you next time. Ever wondered what happens to the secrets whispered in a confessional booth? Well, some secrets are so sacred that revealing them carries the gravest penalty in the Catholic Church: excommunication. This is the seal of the confessional, one of the most absolute and unbreakable vows a priest can ever make. So, what exactly is it? The seal of the confessional, also known as the sacramental seal, is the absolute duty of priests not to disclose anything they learn from penitents during the sacrament of penance or confession. This isn't just a suggestion. It's canon law. Specifically, Canon 983 states that the sacramental seal is inviolable. A confessor who directly violates the seal incurs a lata sententiae excommunication, which is an automatic excommunication reserved to the Apostolic See. In simpler terms, the moment a priest intentionally reveals a sin from confession, he is immediately outside the communion of the Church. No trial, no warning. It's that serious. This isn't a modern rule. The tradition of the seal goes back to the early days of Christianity. The Church has always understood that for confession to be a true place of healing and reconciliation with God, people must feel completely safe. They need to know that they can be brutally honest about their failings without any fear of those sins being exposed to the world. Imagine trying to confess your deepest regrets if you thought your priest might mention it to someone else later. Nobody would do it. The seal protects the very heart of the sacrament. But how absolute is absolute? It's completely 100% absolute. There are zero exceptions. It doesn't matter if the sin confessed is a minor fib or a major crime like murder. The priest cannot reveal it. He can't even hint at it. He can't say, "I heard something interesting in confession today." He can't change his behavior towards the person based on what he heard. He can't be forced to testify in a court of law. Throughout history, many priests have faced imprisonment, and some have even been executed for refusing to break the seal. For them, their duty to God and to the sanctity of the sacrament is higher than any earthly law or threat. Of course, this raises some tough ethical questions. What if someone confesses a plan to harm someone else? A priest can't break the seal, but he's also a human being with a conscience. In these situations, a priest can, and absolutely should, strongly urge the person to turn themselves in or to stop their planned actions. He can refuse to grant absolution forgiveness until the person shows true remorse, which would include a commitment not to harm others. He can also speak about the situation in a completely anonymous and hypothetical way to seek guidance from other, more experienced priests without ever revealing the identity of the penitent. The goal is always to prevent harm while upholding the sacred trust. So the next time you see a confessional, remember it's more than just a quiet room. It's a sanctuary protected by an ancient, unbreakable promise. It's a place where secrecy is absolute, all to ensure that anyone, no matter what they've done, has a safe path to seek forgiveness and peace. It's a powerful testament to the depth of faith and the lengths the Church will go to protect its most sacred rituals. Thanks for watching. If you found this interesting, be sure to like this video and subscribe for more deep dives into fascinating topics. See you next time.